I was sneaking girls into my parents' house. Mom, if you see this, I'm so sorry.
I was a heavy masturbator coming home on my lunch break.
Oh my God, I want to do that all the time.
You want me to come cook for you?
Yeah, you're asking me to fuck.
Take a hint.
Wait a minute, I've had a crush on Zhané the whole time.
Yeah.
The first thing she says as she walks through my door is how she's getting back together with her ex-boyfriend.
Yeah.
I'm deleting dating apps. I'm going outside to like a coffee shop to fall in love, like how God intended.
Part of flirting is just handling rejection.
How to give a hickey, how to kiss, how to give head.
1 second, let me go up to my bedroom.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Queer Collective podcast. I'm your host, Carbon.
I'm Emily.
I'm Eva.
And I'm Zhané.
And welcome to the show. And this episode is presented by Vizzy Hard Seltzer, but more on that later.
Navigating your first Sapphic sexual experience can be so daunting that it keeps some of us in the closet or isolated from the community. In today's episode, we're here with two very special guests to help you get out of your head and into her bed. Ooh. We'll be talking about building inner confidence, how to flirt, and you'll walk away with all the hard skills you'll need to be great in bed.
Our first guest today is Eva Bloom. You all know them and love them from our previous 2 episodes with Eva. Eva is someone who uses they, them pronouns, who you may recognize from the episodes The Queer and Trans Sex Ed You Deserve But Never Got and Coming Out Later in Life. Eva is a queer sex educator and public speaker who you can find on socials at What's My Body Doing.
Our next guest is Zhané, who uses she, they pronouns, who is also a Toronto-based content creator, mass-presenting lesbian, community organizer, and financial educator.
What can I say?
Damn. Jack of all trades.
Yeah, wide range. Who uses a comedic approach to explore topics like sapphic dating, intimacy, and gender roles with the goal of fostering visibility in the queer community.
So we wanted to jump in hot and heavy with the first question and go right into building inner confidence as a sapphic sex newbie. Zhané, can you share the story about your first time with a woman and what that experience was like for you?
Oh my God. I mean,
Right off the top.
Hot and heavy.
I said hot.
No warm up. What happened to, hey, how are you?
Yeah.
My name is.
I skipped that too. I skipped straight into it.
Yeah.
I was grateful to know I was queer from a very young age, from 5 onwards. I've always had a girlfriend and boyfriend in school. So
At all
my
times?
You were running the playground.
I'm running that school like the Navy.
And Zhané knew who they were at a young age.
No, literally. So my first time, actually, I was 13, and it was my first time was also with a girl. It was my best friend at the time. We ended up realizing that we both liked each other. Very cliche. Yeah. We were dating for a year and stuff. But I remember I was on YouTube and P-Hub like crazy.
What's P-Hub? Pornhub. Oh, sorry. Sorry, we're trying not to get demonetized.
Yeah,
sorry, I just love getting demonetized. Go ahead.
And I was on there searching how to give a hickey, how to kiss, how to give head, even though that's not what we said at the time. And I remember we had a sleepover at her house, and her room was in the basement, and it was awful. I know it was bad, but obviously the first time, especially at 13, it was definitely horrible, but it was a great learning experience.
13 though,
that's early.
I didn't have
all
sex.
the way.
Yeah, all the way. I didn't have sex with a cis guy until I was 17. Wow. So from 13 till 17, I was only having sex with other Sapphics.
Interesting.
Wow.
Unique experience.
I'm telling you,
going
I was
on here.
running. Yeah. I was running Brampton, Ontario, like the Navy. I was in there.
But I feel for Sapphics, you can have sleepovers with your friends.
Yeah,
you're making out. If your parents leave you alone, it's pretty easy to be
in the basement.
Well, I want to make out.
Crazy.
Maybe I want to do more than that.
Yeah.
That was 7th grade. 8th grade me was worse. 8th grade me was worse. I was sneaking girls into my parents' house. Mom, if you see this, I'm so sorry. She already knows. I got in so much trouble for that. But I was sneaking girls into my parents' house. I almost got caught by my youngest sibling. Mid. I was in between her thighs.
Mid.
And she didn't knock though. She's open. I went, get out my room. She left and I went, I'm so sorry about that. And it's went back to what I was doing.
Sorry about that.
It's crazy. It's crazy. My middle school sapphic sex experience was definitely not regular. My cis het friends, they're like, Zhané, lay down. We're gonna kiss both sides of your ear and turn you on. It was always a competition to see who could turn me on the most. So
oh my God,
I'm telling you,
you owned this school.
Any girl that wanted to experiment, Zhané was the person to go to. So, yeah,
I love that. So there was no nerves going on.
Nerves were more that I was scared I would hurt her.
Okay.
Because you're too powerful.
Because I had no idea what the hell was going on. Crazy side note, I didn't even start masturbating until I was 18.
What?
Oh, so you jumped right into it. You're like, forget about me.
Right? I was consuming porn, but I was never masturbating or doing any self-gratification. It was always just watching and being like, oh, do other people like this? And then trying to like recreate that with who I was wrestling with at the time. Like I was just in there.
I had sex before I like properly started masturbating.
Right? Like I didn't even know what my body liked at the time. And I was also a touch me not until about 18. So it really didn't change anything because I was always just giving.
That makes sense. I honestly, even though I was having, it might have been complicated because I was having sex with men too, but I felt very like touch me not as well. Like I was more coming from like a self-conscious about my body place, you know, but I was still very interested in sex. And I don't think I even clued into masturbating until like my sister randomly brought it up, who's like 4 years older than me. And I was like, oh, 1 second, let me go up to my bedroom.
Where's my pillow?
No reason. I'm just going to go upstairs for 40 minutes. Bye.
40 minutes is crazy.
I was a heavy masturbator coming home on my lunch break.
You have an hour lunch break. 40 minutes.
I need to be able to focus before econ.
I didn't have sex till I was 19, so but masturbating definitely. I started that way before any sexual activity with anybody else, and then once I discovered it, I was like, oh my god, I want to do that all the time. Like, so this is it.
This is all I need.
This is all I need. Yeah, that and like videos.
The videos were like the main thing for me, also because I had found my father's porn stash snooping around.
Ooh. Okay, so like there was something that unlocked this.
Oh my god. Okay, do you know like the old Disney princess TVs that have like the DVD player?
You're watching porn?
I was watching.
Oh my god.
Keep in mind, not even in
That's
my
so
room.
like Tumblr.
I didn't
you know
have
what
one
I mean?
of those. It was my sister's TV. So I'm in my sister's room. I snuck the porn. I put it on the disc, or I put the disc in the thing, and I was so calculated. I was able to like switch it at any movement of someone else coming in, so they would never know what I was watching. It was just like I was watching regular TV. I'm telling you, it was crazy times. Crazy.
I love that.
Just had the TV like this.
No wonder you weren't masturbating. You had like your hand on the trigger. You couldn't actually.
Literally, didn't even have time to enjoy it. It was like panicked. Like,
Wow.
you hear that creak? Oh, mom's coming. Like it was nuts.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
This generation doesn't know. Doesn't know the
It was a hard game. It was a hard
Disney
game.
TV.
Yeah, we did not have iPhones. Yeah.
The first time I had sapphic sex was with my roommate, which just feels like another gay cliche.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. This story is embarrassing for me, and I hope you all enjoy it.
And for nobody else?
And for and for nobody else. So it starts with me discovering what platonic kink was. That, you can you can tie up a friend.
Fun.
Impact fun.
Just friends.
Just friend stuff.
Hanging out.
I actually didn't know
Me
what platonic
neither.
kink was.
And now I'm very intrigued.
Yeah.
cute.
I got a couple friends I gotta call up.
But so I discovered that this is a thing. And then my closeted ass, the next move, of course, is to ask all of my roommates if they want to spank me platonically.
Good for you.
This is like who can turn me on the most.
Yeah. Okay, so everyone's done it. I'm not.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm like closeted, and also none of them go like, "Hey, bestie."
People don't usually do this.
People don't usually do this. They're all like, "Sure, Eva."
Love that.
We'll feed into it.
We'll feed into it for sure.
Did they also want to get spanked or just you? Yeah, just you.
And you're like, line up, please. And they're like, well, okay.
Do you know that episode of SpongeBob where they were like crawling in between each other's legs, and, like smacking each other on the ass while they crawled by? Were you doing that? Was it just like a train you walk through, bang, 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 bang? Or was it like, what was it like?
I think it was just in the kitchen of this, like grody student house. But okay, so this happens, and then we're like hosting a party later on, and I like text my friend, "Hey, would you want to like spank me in a not platonic way?" Also, I haven't come out yet. Also, still,
I'm straight.
I'm straight. So literally at this party, we like go upstairs to her like attic room. Yeah. We fuck. Everybody's texting, being like, where are you guys? I also thought that I couldn't be queer because it wasn't like mind blowing. Like the stars were. It just like felt fun, and I definitely wanted to do it again. But like,
and I love it so much. But
but it was just like fun. So like the next day, I'm like waiting for her to like come downstairs from the attic and be like, pitch her to like have sex again. And
I had my PowerPoint presentation.
The elevator pitch was ready.
Step 1.
30 seconds or less.
Let's smooch again. And immediately the first thing she says as she walks through my door is how she's getting back together with her ex-boyfriend.
Yeah.
So that's the first time I had sex with a woman.
I can't even laugh. That's just life.
That's just life.
The confidence, was it shot after that or like got back on the horse?
I got back on the horse. The second time I had sapphic sex was also an unhinged saga.
I feel like all your stories are going to be.
You're like, let me repeat
unhinged.
this.
I'd like that about you. That's why I always have you back.
Eva has the most unhinged baby sapphic experiences.
Yeah.
The second time I had sapphic sex was with a woman from Finland who was a sex blogger who came into Toronto for a sex conference.
Yeah.
We had been sexting for like 4 months beforehand.
How did you find this woman?
I found her on like sex blogger Twitter and I slid into her DMs because of a bikini photo.
You're bold. I like this.
And I was closeted.
I'm still straight.
Sorry, you're still in the
thems
closet?
in male-dominated fields. That bikini photo.
Hey, looking mighty fine. I'm straight though.
I just wanted to be sexting this girl for like 4 months, heterosexual.
No, it makes sense. And I love that video that you shared on your Instagram about you claiming to be an ally. Hi, I'm Eva Bloom. I'm an ally. LGBTQ.
Yes, that was the energy. But yeah, so she like came into Toronto for a conference.
Yeah.
We like got an Airbnb. Yeah, it was the first time anyone had ever made me come. Like,
Nice.
I didn't realize that I was queer until the end of the conference when I knew she was leaving, and I was like, romantic feelings.
Nice.
Wait, I love this because you're constantly playing like the long yearning game, but like you didn't know you were queer
Yeah.
at all
Yeah, I also had a threesome with 2 women over the course of this conference
during straight era.
during straight era.
I wish I was straight. I feel like
Being straight sounds really
they're
fun,
having a lot of
actually.
fun.
You could do anything.
Like it feels like extra no strings attached. Like, well, guys, don't worry. Like I'm straight.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
Your
Straight.
secret's safe with me.
Yeah.
Bestie. I feel like my first time having sex with a woman, I was like, I'll just find any woman. And that'll be good.
I did something.
I had to stop drinking before I did a spit take. Any woman was crazy work.
What do you mean?
I did the same thing.
any. The first
I was
one
just
that popped
desperate.
out.
Yeah.
Put it on your story. Swipe up. First one gets it.
First one.
Who wants to have sex?
I watched the show where I saw obviously like a non-explicit version of 2 women having sex and it being so like, I was like, ooh, that's what I want to do. So then I was like, anybody's going to give me this for sure. Like I'm gonna feel this if I just pick one. The point is, I didn't like it. And to so much so that I was like, maybe I'm not gay.
Oh, I've heard so
Yeah.
many stories like that.
Really?
Yeah, where people were like, yeah, I wasn't good. And then I questioned if I even was attracted to like, women after that. And I'm like,
We don't do that with men.
thank you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Years of mediocre sex
True,
with
true,
men,
true.
and I wasn't like, hey, maybe this isn't for me.
I
Like,
did that shit 3 times. And I was like, am I sure? Wait. And then third time, middle of sex, I was like, actually, buddy, because it was my friend. I was like, dude, no, I do think I'm a lesbian. And he went, sit.
I'm actually just gonna hop off here.
Hop off. And then we just
I
continued to
think the
watch
bus is gonna be in 5 minutes. I gotta go.
No,
Hold up, you continued to watch a movie
Okay, so
after?
it was in the middle of the movie.
We were investing in
I
the
need
plot
to
at
know
that point.
what
Yeah.
happened because it was Jordan Peele's
Yeah.
Yes,
I was
it's
gonna say,
good.
that's like
Good
a
movie.
scary
freaking good.
Yeah.
And it was right before the plot twist happened. So I was
Frickin'
like, thank goodness we stopped. But also, I could not leave. I was at his family's cottage. So,
Oh,
and you know what? I'm so glad that we're close friends because like it's never come up again. It really was like so chill. Next day we went fishing. It was literally the best time of my life.
I mean, just like Eva, I was like, maybe I'll try this again. You know, after you try at least more than once.
Yeah.
You're like, no, this is for me.
first times, even with like anybody, you're still like learning each other's bodies.
Yeah.
Like things are usually kind of awkward. It stresses me out so much when people are like, I need to confirm my sexual identity. Like I need to have sex and then I'll like know and I'll be ready to be queer. And I'm like, there's so many other ways to like feel confirmed in your queerness. And like there's so many different factors that can influence whether sex is like a positive experience for you. Like don't put this very like nuanced potentially experience like on a pedestal around your queerness. That's that's too much.
This podcast is proudly sponsored by Vizzy Hard Seltzer.
Over the last 5 years, Vizzy has supported our mission to authentically and positively represent the entire LGBTQ2S+ community.
And with Vizzy's vibrant flavors, you can follow your own vibe. Be bold, be flavorful, and above all else, be yourself. Plus, Vizzy only has 100 calories and 1 gram of sugar per can.
Cheers! Must be of legal drinking age, and please enjoy responsibly.
And now, back to the episode. Well, what are some other ways that you can like experience or confirm, quote unquote, your queerness before you hop into that?
I mean, I feel like I did most of my like queer affirmation just around like being in community, making queer friends. I came out and then started reading so many queer books, like watching so many queer TV shows. And you're like, oh, like this does feel like home. Like this does feel euphoric to myself. And yeah, making for queer friendships, I think can be really meaningful.
Yeah, I think when you first come out, the queer community has so many, there's almost sometimes like a bit of a dress code going on. There's like specific pop culture references that you need to know. And I think if you're coming from like a very straight environment, it can be like, oh, I really don't feel like I fit in here. So then you're really trying to confirm if you do. Like, okay, should I start studying? Basically, do I need to save up for a new wardrobe? So like I need to hop in bed.
Yeah.
Right?
That's fair.
The cheapest option.
Also, if you don't want to know all the pop culture stuff
You don't have to.
or change the way you dress, that's fine. I delight in all of that stuff. I'm like, I do want to know all the pop culture stuff, but it's not
Yeah.
necessary in order to be queer.
100%. I just mean like it feels that way when you enter
Totally.
into it. You're like, wow,
Yeah.
it feels like people are speaking a different language. I feel so outside of it. But
Yeah.
just start getting to know people and then you'll start feeling comfortable. And the sex stuff can come after when you like are ready for it. Many people worry that being inexperienced or new to sapphic sex means that no one will want to sleep with them. Is this true?
That's not true.
I can tell you it's not true because
Because I'll sleep with anyone.
I was actively only sleeping with my friends who had never had sex before. So I was like, I want you to have a good experience. And now that I have the experience,
Yeah, let me take care
yeah,
of
I'm like,
you.
I got you, baby girl. I got you. Don't worry. Mwah. You know? But yeah, I was like the friend that was like, okay, like, yeah, if you guys need the experience, like, come to me.
Don't go to anybody else.
Just start
First
getting,
of all,
it sounds like you should get paid.
Here's my business card.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's a deterrent. I think some people, again, put too much emphasis on it. But if someone were to come up to me like, hey, I've actually never had any type of queer sex before, I'd be like, so sick. Yeah, let's try all these things. We'll like make a checklist. What do you like? What you don't like? Safe words, all the buzzwords, all those things. So that's why it's fun for me though. So
Yeah.
If you're new, you want to sleep with someone who feels excited about it. And like, yeah, find somebody who, like Zhané is like, slay, let's get the checklist. And if there are people that like, I don't want to do that, great. You don't want to be sleeping with them anyway.
yeah.
True. Yeah, this expectation I think is like false. I think it makes sense for the newbie because you're like, oh my God, I'm brand new here. You know, you're gonna hate the experience with me because like I don't know what to do. For me, it's like kind of exciting. I'm like, you know nothing. Thank you for coming to me.
Exactly.
Welcome.
Like I feel trusted.
You have transferable skills. Like a lot of people, if you have slept with men, like you aren't like new to sex. That knowledge and experience that you have doesn't just like go away. I'm assuming you do know what it means to like tease somebody or like build up like tension or, you know, explore different erogenous zones, like dirty talk. Like there is stuff that you can bring in from those experiences. You're not like brand new. And even if, every new partner you have, you're learning them anyway. So whether it's like, no matter their like genitals or their gender, you're still learning together the first time you sleep together.
True. How is queer flirting different from flirting with like cis het men?
I think this is probably where a lot of the nerves come from, in my opinion, is you feel like the flirting situation is so different that you're like, oh, the sex is so different for sure. You know what I mean? And I think...
No, explain what you mean.
Okay. Well... Okay, I think just the way our society teaches men to be the hunter, to be so forward, to be the one going out and getting the date, it makes a lot of femme people, women, feel like they just have to like sit back and you don't have to do any of the flirting. And then I think when you first come out and you're like trying to get a date, everyone's kind of just like standing on the wall. When you're baby queers, for sure. Everyone's standing on the wall. Everyone's like, ooh, who approaches who? Like, I don't know how to do this. And I think that's where a lot of the signaling comes in, where you're like, I'm going to have to change my whole outfit, my whole personality to start signaling that, like, you should come and talk to me because you're thinking it's that, like, the problem is that no one knows I'm gay. But it's like, oh, that doesn't actually matter that much. You can just go up and flirt with them, you know?
Yeah.
That's my opinion. I think men are very forward.
Yeah, I agree. I think the other piece that I feel that people talk to me a lot is like not wanting to be too forward, like not wanting to like replicate the negative experiences that they've had with men, which I understand. And you just asking that question means that you're already not in that creepy.
You're already going to be better.
Yeah.
I think just being able to take a hint. Like, it gets creepy after you say no. And then they keep standing there.
Yeah.
Yes.
So just, if you can handle rejection, because honestly, I think part of flirting is just handling rejection.
Yes.
Not everyone's going to be down. Some people are already going to be coupled up. Some people aren't looking. Sometimes they're just not interested in you. And if you can just handle that rejection, walk away and go hit on the next person, then you're okay. But make sure you walk away after the rejection, and then you're not creepy.
I've noticed that in a lot of the flirting videos I would make, a lot of people were like, oh, but I'm scared if they say no. And I'm like, well, your entire life people are going to say yes or no to you, and the worst thing they can do is say no to you.
Yeah.
And then you just hop to the next person. Like,
Keep it pushing.
Like, keep it pushing.
Like, and other than like your ego maybe like taking a small hit, nothing has changed. Because the worst thing that they can do is say no. It's like you're exactly at the spot that you were before you flirted with them. So you haven't lost anything.
Exactly.
I would even say that you've gained an experience.
True.
You've like built your confidence to be like, okay, I did a rep of this. And now the next time it'll be less stressful.
You know, that's so true. That happened to me at the Bush in New York. I was there for the singles night, and there was this one girl who I was like, I want to kiss her so bad. And then I approached her, asked, she said no, and I went, sick. And I found someone else, and I was like, wait, now I feel a little more confident because I could do this again. Like, sure.
Yeah.
And the next person did kiss me, so sick. So it was
See?
weird.
So
It's
the
a building
repetitions.
experience.
Yeah. Repetitions.
Yeah.
They build the gains
Exactly.
in the dating world as well.
Yeah. You also like don't want to kiss people who don't want to kiss you.
Absolutely not.
True.
Like be like, thanks for letting me know so that I can like
Move on.
Yes. I was talking to a client recently who recently switched her dating profile settings from men to women and had the experience that I also had where it's like, oh, the dating pool is so much smaller. Like, especially if you live, you know, in like GTA, not Toronto, it's like, oh, I've swiped and
It's done.
it's done.
It's over.
And I feel like you can feel like so frustrated and dejected and be like, oh, like there's nobody out here. But I think it's just about changing your approach. Like queer dating, in my experience, is so much more about community, like making friends, getting out there. Like you can't rely on dating apps as much just because the numbers like literally aren't in our favor in that way.
I've been seeing a shift in that too. A lot of people are like, I'm deleting dating apps. And I'm going outside to like a coffee shop to fall in love, like how God intended. And I'm like, yeah, sure.
God and
I love that.
I don't
for
think you need to bring them into this, but okay.
God said the Sapphics should be meeting in
person.
Is there someone you forgot to ask consent for? Jesus is always watching. So yeah, I love seeing that people are now like, yeah, I want to go out in community. I want to go to the queer bar. I want to go to these community nights. I want to go to the park and like try and find
Just at the park, any park.
any park, walk up and down, have a sign that says I'm gay, please kiss me. Like, you know, any person, the first person you see.
The
first.
Yeah.
Bringing it to an actual sex level, I think that's where it can be so much more liberating and freeing is, and I'm not saying all of like the sapphic sex you're gonna have is like same genitalia, but like when you are sleeping with someone who has a penis, you are sometimes you have this like ingrained in your mind that like you have to do something with it.
Yeah.
And even if that thing is like not enjoyable for you, you feel like you're having to do it to like pleasure your partner. But then you get into sapphic sex or like just like same genitalia sex encounters. And I would say even just like queer sex in general, you take away the pressure of doing things that you don't want to do in general, no matter what your genitals are. In these situations, you're like, oh, we can actually just do whatever feels good for us.
Yeah.
I think we're taught to treat sex with men as a performance.
Yeah.
You know, like you're performing for their pleasure, and then you take away that audience, and now you're just doing it for you.
So nice.
Solo show.
Solo show. Yeah. No, I think there is like a focus on like the erection and like penetration and like, if there's an erection there,
Rushing
you got to do
shove it in.
something with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like if you are having queer sex that like has a penis, I think there's still like a different way that that's approached in terms of like all the different options on the table, like what order things need to happen in, when they end. Yeah. The framework is different and more freeing. I agree.
100%.
In terms of dating, oh my gosh, I think there's more fluidity between like friends and romance, which can be like
platonic kink and platonic spanking.
Platonic everything.
Platonic fucking in the attic.
Platonic fucking in the attic.
Yeah, exactly.
I think also like femininity and masculinity roles play a huge factor. Like when you're with a guy, I haven't dated a man in a long time, but let me tell you about back in my day.
And dust off those archives.
I think there was this like expectation of like who is feminine and who is masculine and who can be more dominant, who can be more submissive, et cetera, et cetera. Like there was one time back in my day when I tried big spooning my boyfriend at the time, and he was like, "This feels weird. Like it feels like I should be."
Maybe you like it.
And I was like, "Shh, baby boy.
Yeah.
It's okay."
Heterosexuality is a
I'm the captain
prison.
now.
That's such a
Captain now.
But he wasn't into it. Like he was like, no. Like I'm the guy. Like I should be big spooning.
Like,
and
you
I
don't
was
want
like,
a little backpack? Like, what's the
come on.
beef?
just a little backpack. Yeah.
So cute.
With women, I also like, because I'm like more mass presenting, I personally don't keep that as like, I am the masculine one, I am the big spoon, I am the top, I am the whatever. Like you can spoon me. I'm little.
It took me so long to unlearn that. I remember the first time I got taught by a femme, it changed my life. I was like, wait a fucking second. This is what y'all got going on? This is nuts. But I was so, I was like trying to perform the masculinity that men do.
Yeah.
So I was like, no, like, I'm big spoon. I'm topping you. Don't touch me.
Yeah.
So like my touch me not phase was like heavily impacted by how I seen masculinity was supposed to be portrayed. And then then I got topped and I was like, oh, I can be little spoon. Cool. And I can also be big spoon, and like you are not gonna be impacted by that and be like, oh well, I don't like ZHANE anymore because she likes to be little spoon, or whatever our dynamic is in that relationship that I'm in. So
we look at masculinity from like a cis-het man's perspective, and we're like, okay, that's what it looks like, that's what it needs to be. And then to deconstruct it, you're like, this feels way better.
Right.
And like,
Well, everyone has like a degree of masculinity and femininity
of
inside
course.
you. It's just if your willingness to tap into it. I think a lot of people do experience the touch me not piece. And I'm guessing you've worked through it in some degrees, or maybe it's still something that you're struggling
I've
with.
definitely worked through it. Shout out to my stone tops though.
Yeah.
Love you guys.
Hey.
My pillow princesses also love you guys. But yeah, it was also like a safety thing for me. And it's like, okay, can I trust that, you'll stop when I say stop? Can I trust that you're not going to bite me down there or something? I don't know. It was crazy. But like, once I worked through it and I was more comfortable with my body, because even at the beginning when we were talking about that whole like self-confidence thing playing a role into like not having other people touch us. Once I worked through all of that, it was like, green light, game on.
Yeah. How did you work through that? And
Platonic kink.
Yeah.
was it platonic kink?
It was my friends.
way.
Yeah. When I was in a relationship, it was harder to try and navigate because I was like, okay, this is the role I have to play, blah, blah, blah. And then the in-between where I was like sleeping with my friends again, it was like, Hazy, do you want to try this? And I was like, we've had such like this long connection. I was like, yeah, you know what? Fuck it. Let's try it. And I was like, oh wait, no, I do enjoy that. Okay, cool. We try these things and these things. I was like, didn't like some of them, like some of them. So really it's just that trust aspect and like open communication.
Do you feel like you still have that touch me not aspect with like a one night stand or a new connection?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I think the reason for me is just sometimes I just want to focus on you. Like I don't on a one night stand. I'm like,
More
I don't think
vulnerable to let
I'm
someone in that way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So maybe like third night. It's like, okay, let's open up. But like, one night stands. So you're just like, no, let's focus on you. Because I also might not never see you ever again. And the vulnerability is scary. So see you later.
See you later.
I think it's so fair to have boundaries in that way. I feel like definitely for myself, the first couple experiences. I'm like, there's stuff that maybe I want to save until we feel more comfortable and like have that level of trust with each other.
I have a heavy flow, and it's actually super annoying when I go to bed with a tampon in or a Diva cup and I wake up to a bloody mess because it's leaked everywhere. Now, period underwear like Isle has actually been such a huge game changer for me because now I can get a restful sleep and wake up without any mess.
Today's episode is brought to you by Isle, the original period underwear company. Proudly queer-owned, Isle has been leading the way in sustainable period care since 1993, redefining what period products can do for you and the planet for nearly 3 decades.
Let's talk about their Boost Boxer. Now, this is a period underwear like you've never experienced before. The Boost Boxer is a reliable, comfortable, and inclusive style option for everybody. Yes, everybody. Whether you're on the go, working from home, or looking for overnight protection that you can count on, this boxer brief is designed to move with you.
So what makes it so special, you might ask? First, it's made with sustainable fabrics that are breathable and leak-proof, so you stay comfortable and dry all day long. It's made for the heaviest of flows. The leak-proof gusset is sewn from the front of the waistband all the way to the back, while the removable boost liner lets you customize your absorbency level, giving you extra protection when you need it most. And unlike some other reusable period products, the Boost Boxer is PFAS free and designed to keep you feeling fresh with no leaks.
And as if the underwear wasn't good enough, another reason why we love Isle so much is because they are a certified B Corp. That means that they're held to some of the highest standards for social and environmental responsibility. It's period care that you can feel good about, literally and figuratively.
So why settle for less when you can have it all? Inclusive styles, comfort, sustainability, and performance. Head to periodisle.com and use code QueerCollective for 15% off. Isle, sustainable period products for everybody.
Thank you, Isle, for sponsoring this episode.
How do you flirt with Sapphics? Zhané? How do you get
Flirt
everyone
master.
to play How to Turn You On Most?
Yeah, all three of us would
It's
love
natural,
to.
isn't
Actually,
it?
like when I think back to it, that was
Yeah.
nuts.
Yeah, it is.
I'm pretty sure
I
it was
love
just
that.
my grade too. Like,
You were in grade 2?
no, it was just my grade. Like as well. It was like my 8th grade class. It was
Yeah.
bonkers.
Sometimes you just need like one cult leader though
Yes.
to like make everyone.
And I guess no, I wasn't even the leader. Like someone
Really?
else. Someone else created the
Okay.
Let's Turn Today On game. I did.
Oh, so they had like a huge crush on you then.
I'm still waiting for them to come out because I think they are. I've thought this person was bisexual my entire life. The things that they
Yeah.
were doing to me in middle school, I'm like, there's no way you are straight.
Maybe it's like, you know, what Eva said. I'll have sex, I'll kiss, I'll
Yeah.
platonic spank,
No, literally.
still straight.
Sometimes I forget that there are still so many people who are just following you,
scrolling
watching
by,
liking every video you post, and it's still gonna take them a little bit longer to be like, wait a minute, I've had a crush on Zhané the whole time.
Yeah.
Sure to be like, when are you gonna come cook for me? And I'm like, do you know what you're asking me to do right
Yeah.
now? You want me to come cook for you?
Yeah, you're asking me to fuck. Like,
The heteronormativity runs so
deep.
I feel like
Yeah.
unless you like date a woman or just like a sapphic person, for a lot of people, it's difficult to like have it count. Especially if you're super in
Yeah.
like the heteronormative world and sphere.
yeah, having queer friends can help you unlock and feel confidence. You know, so for some people, it's like a piece of media, where they watch a TV show where they're like,
Yeah, honestly, it's seeing it right in front of you. Like for me,
Yes.
I had crushes on women and I was watching like only the women in porn all of high school. And then it took like a bunch of women on my rugby team dating each other right in front of me. And I was like drooling like, oh, what about me? I'm like,
so true, 'cause
ooh,
even
I
in
want
high
to join. You know, like you need to really, like some people you need it really laid out.
Yeah.
You know?
I know you're gay. I've called like three girls in my high school during school. I was like, no, this person's queer. Boom. University, they leave our little small like Catholic town. And it's like, yeah, I have a girlfriend now. And I'm like,
Yeah, I knew it.
I knew it.
Okay, but no one answered how you flirt.
how do you flirt?
Oh, right.
that's why.
I'm like, just say what you feel.
Yeah.
And I think also being specific, like giving like a specific compliment on something that somebody has chosen and really like sitting in it and like being in that moment with them. Many times I've just like told my girlfriend what I felt and she was like, that was in my head, and then I just said it out loud.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I don't know. It doesn't have to be like so calculated.
Yeah.
I think it's giving someone a compliment, making them feel very seen, but not giving a compliment in like a straight girl best friend way.
Yes.
You know, like it's like a sexy compliment where we're making eye contact.
The lingering.
And you're
the
leaning in,
lingering.
maybe.
You're saying it kind of slow because like slowness also gives confidence. Eye contact gives confidence. Look at their lips a little.
The triangle.
Oh,
You
that's
wanna
my
kiss?
that's a problem of mine. I look at everyone's lips when I talk or when they talk, and then they're always like,
You trying to kiss me?
In that voice too. Hey,
"What are you doing? Eyes on me."
yeah. And I think it's different for all people too. Like I like someone who can make me laugh. Like, and I like laughing with other people. So if I can have a nice funny banter going on with somebody and then it kind of like goes into a flirty place, that's always fun.
Yeah.
I think we also have to remind people that banter does not mean being mean. I fight people on this
Maybe
all
you're
the
just
time.
a softie. Some people like
And
being
I am.
mean to each other.
I am. I'm a softie. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't like it either.
Like being mean
Not everyone
when
likes
you're
it.
first approaching me as a flirting tactic is a
get the fuck
huge
away.
get the
Yeah,
fuck
yeah,
away.
yeah.
Like if
feel
we've
that.
been like flirting for a while, like like
No, I like praise.
what's up,
Yeah.
big head? You know, you're like don't do that shit to me when you first meet them. What the fuck?
I agree with
Right?
you. And the thing is that some people do that.
Yeah.
And they're like, I'm flirting
negging.
with you.
And I'm like, no, I thought you hated me.
no,
Yeah.
you're not. You're
Yeah.
not flirting with me. But other people do like that.
Yeah.
Because they also like dishing that kind of stuff out. But like, that's not a me
they're a
thing.
match made in
Like,
heaven.
listen, if I look hard, I'm probably really soft.
Yeah. That's
If I got an
queer.
all black fit,
This
leather
little barbed
harness,
wire necklace.
Right.
Don't let it fool
Softy.
you.
Don't let this like football jersey fool you. I don't even know the sport.
I didn't even watch the Super Bowl.
No. I'm soft. I love to be love bombed.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I too love to be love bombed. My flirting is very direct though. The last time I had to do it, I was on set for a short film. We were directed that we were supposed to be like this lovey-dovey couple, like we had been together for a year and stuff. We do our first take and the director's like, yeah, you guys need to up this shit like 30 notches. Like what the fuck? So I'm like, damn, let me lock
You're
in.
like, damn, out of practice. Okay.
When I'm flirting, I love hitting people with an act of service I can do for them. Any act of service. They've mentioned like, oh my god, like my car broke down. I'm like, so like, when are you gonna let me come over and fix your car? Like, when can I come over and cook you dinner?
Yeah.
When can I drop you off at the airport? Shit like that. So mine is
That's
always
good.
like an act of service followed by like flirting. But I can tell you the second take went really well. And then the director was like, oh wow, you guys really got into character in front of the entire crew. And everyone's like, yeah, we're noticing. But like, I'm a leaner. Eye contact is a huge thing for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also love to flirt with people when I know that they're nervous. So like if you give me indications that you're nervous while I'm flirting, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm laying it on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
well,
you know
it's
what
like
it
you're in
is?
control now.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
You're in control. You're like, okay, you're nervous for
Right?
me.
Yeah.
That means that I can just up it so many notches.
Yeah.
And it's going to make you like possibly turn red or
Yeah.
like.
And I loved it. And the last girl I did that too. I was like, am I making you nervous? Like, why are you stuttering? And she was like, and I was like, no, it's okay. Like, just come closer. Like, why are you so far? Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, that's
great.
good. That's good.
Thank you.
I intentionally try to make them a little nervous or like point out that they're nervous because then that like, initiates like some giggles and then it's like, it's okay. Like, don't worry. Like,
You know, like their hands are shaking. You're like, hey, let me hold that for you. It's okay.
yeah.
Like, don't be nervous.
You're
I got
safe
you.
with me. You're good.
Like, come closer. Come closer. Okay, can you hear me now? Oh, is the bar too loud? Can you hear me now? Oh,
Yeah.
wow, you smell amazing. What are you wearing?
Yeah.
Oh, I'd love a hoodie with that on later if you don't
Yeah.
mind. Like, you know, shit
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
If you're sitting across the table from me, I'm like, let me go sit next to you.
Right? Like, why are we being strangers? Yeah. Like,
Close this distance between us.
Good moves. I think we got plenty of tips.
Everybody has different styles.
Totally.
If you know, can I get a hoodie on with the perfume on it later feels too much out of your reach? Like you don't have to flirt like Zhané to still like imbue yourself like your own I don't know specialness and like people who vibe with you are gonna connect with that. And I think for I don't know some people who are like neurodivergent, there can be this nervousness around like I don't know how to play the game. Like
It's a lot of social cues. So
Yes.
many
Yeah.
fucking social
I
cues.
don't like eye contact. Like
Yeah.
I don't know when it is to
Yeah.
like physical touch is good. Like it's okay to be direct. Being yourself will attract people who vibe with you, who you are, and you don't want to meet somebody pretending to be somebody you're not.
Totally.
Yes.
So, like, if being quote unquote mean to someone is your thing, somebody will vibe with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, people
for
do
sure.
vibe.
But also, I think just to tag on to that,
Yeah.
like asking for consent is also so fun.
Yes.
Like, oh, can I hold your hand? Like, can I grab your jacket? Can I get that door for you? Like, can I come over later? Like, don't just assume anything.
Like, can I kiss you? That's very hot.
Love.
Yes,
can I touch you here? Like, those are also good.
Yes, because you're like drawing attention and like being intentional of like, I am wanting to escalate this. This is not something I'm just throwing away. Like, I'm in this moment.
Like, I'm present
you.
with you, and this is what I want. Do you want this as well?
Yeah, that was my first DM to the girl in the bikini. I said, "Can I flirt with you?"
You're so
That's
good.
so cute.
You're so good.
That's a good move, honestly, for someone who's nervous.
Yeah.
I like that.
Can
And
I flirt
on
with
the
you?
receiving end, I like knowing that someone can ask consent as well. And it's like right off the bat.
Yeah.
That's like a good vibe to me as well. And I think there's some people that hate being asked consent. They're like, ew, you killed the vibe. And I'm like, then you're not the person for me either, you know? Then we don't mutually love consent. And that's something.
Into some hard skills. Let's
The real
get...
meat and potatoes.
Yeah. The real meat.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna have that for dinner tonight.
Just general, any meat.
Gonna make a brisket.
Ooh, what the? You just know how to do that?
Yeah, I mean, every cooking video I do is just me cooking that thing for the first time.
Really?
Every single one.
That's
I just
fun.
did it for the fly. Looked at a couple recipes, said, okay, let me try this. Every single one.
Nice.
Okay, you are a catch. Okay, so hard skills. First of all, cooking. Second, getting into it. The question on a lot of people's minds when they're encountering sapphic sex for the first time. How do you make your way around a vulva, aka your puss?
Oh my gosh, wait. You have one of these.
I do.
Yeah. I do have a pussy.
A little candle demo. I also feel like this is such a like porn puss.
Yeah, that labia majora is kind of tiny.
I
Definitely.
know. There's no bush. Like this is.
It is porn puss.
No
for sure.
bush.
Yeah.
They're all-
Long lips are good too.
Long lips are good too.
Yeah. Yeah.
We love them all.
But yeah, Eva, how do you, what should I do?
It's true. Every puss is different. Like people like different stuff in terms of like how hard, how slow, like pressure, where people want to touch. Like asking is awesome. I also created a little framework called the Triangle of Touch that I can share
Yes, please.
on the pod. Basically, I feel like it's the answer to the question like, what do I do with my hands? Like,
Oh, I get it now.
there we go.
Okay, yes.
Right? We both just realized.
Yeah, I was like, what do you mean triangle of touch?
Describe it for our
Yeah,
listeners.
please.
Yeah.
Basically, for me, it's the like, what do I do with my hands? Or like, where do I even start? Is that like, in general, if you're approaching, sex or any body, you want to start with like lighter touch over a larger surface of area. And then as you're getting cues from the person, maybe they're like moaning, they're like leaning into you, they're like telling you that they want more. You want to like increase the pressure and move to areas that are maybe more sensitive. So in terms of touching someone's vulva, you maybe want to give like over like a larger area, like cupping it or on the outside. And then as the person gets more aroused, maybe moving to their clit, or like if they're interested in penetration, like asking and moving there. So, but yeah, that can apply for anything, even just like touching all over the body is like you're starting to make out. We don't need to move directly to like the genitals.
Yeah.
There's so many parts of the body that can feel good to touch.
The buildup is so important. Like a slower buildup is like you gonna get the job done quicker.
That tension
when
will.
you hit,
Yeah.
When you hit it, it'll be
'cause
gold.
when you jump in too quickly, it's like someone's still in their head, It's like you're not fully in the moment together. It can really take someone out of the scene that you're building together so easily. So it's like building the connection together, making sure that they're grounded, you're grounded, and like things are like connecting and flowing really nicely. I would say don't knock the inner thighs as well. It's a good place. It's a very like nice, sensitive place to like work your way up to.
Even just like you can start with like dirty talk, you can start with eye contact, you can start with not even kissing them on the lips. Maybe it's like the hand. Why not explore like every part of the body before you even make your way down there? And like Em said, once you do get down there, gold mine instantly, rather than being like, am I hitting it or am I not hitting it?
Yeah, and then we're both panicking.
It's not working.
Abort.
Yeah, you gotta do the
Panic.
pre-work.
But I do feel like, especially when it's your first time, you get like very excited.
Yeah.
And you're just like,
Rush.
like you tend to rush when you get nervous. Like when I'm nervous, I rush. So when you feel yourself getting like nervous and excited and like you can feel your heart beating out of your chest, to like take a pause and just like breathe and then try to intentionally slow down.
Beyond like getting your mind in the place, I think also like physiologically, like you're allowing, blood to rush to the area, for things to swell, clitorises also get erections. All of that is going to make it, when you get down to the area, like feel more sensitive, and things are maybe going to be wetter, like it's going to be easier.
Slow and steady wins the race. Like quite literally in the situation.
And I would say like just passion and enthusiasm, even if you're not doing everything like perfect form. When you are the one receiving head, it's like if you can tell someone's really into it, that's also just turning you on. Like even if you're like kind of missing the clit or something, it's like wow, they're like making out with my pussy right now, and they're like so into this. It's like honestly, just watching is kind of hot. It's like you're having a great time. I'm not even like thinking about being self-conscious about my body or how long I'm taking or anything like that. It's like you're having a great fucking time, And even like one line that an ex had said to me was, when I had pretended I had an orgasm, because that was something I was used to doing with men, they're like, oh, I'm not done. You know what I mean? It's like, that's hot. Like you're doing this for you, and that's fucking hot. Yeah. Sorry, I'm actually, yeah.
Like,
hot.
Sorry, I'm savoring
they were
this.
eating.
Yeah. And like, that's hot, I think just like enjoy yourself, enjoy the actual activity, because if you calm the fuck down, it's nice.
To add to that, I would even say letting the other person know how much you're enjoying touching them. I think that's super hot. Even something like, I love how wet you get for me, or like, I love how this tastes or how this feels.
I don't know, the hitting them with the "you taste so good" is top tier every time.
No, but that's true. That's like a great piece of advice I heard for like, I think in terms of like, not to be like blowjob classes, but there are a lot of, sex educators that teach like how to give a good blowjob. And so one of the biggest advice is like, give it so that it brings you pleasure. But I think that applies for sex and oral sex on anybody. Also like get yourself comfortable, like get pillows, be like, I could be down here for a while. And when you feel comfortable and you're like leading the experience based on what feels good for you. And of course, like reading their cues, asking them what they like. But if you're leading with your own pleasure, they're gonna feel it.
Eat it up. that's my advice. Is like lick it up, eat it up, make out with it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like
don't do the little porn like.
No.
Don't
tiny
do the porn
tongue.
thing.
Get your whole face in there.
No, like get into it.
If it's not on your chin, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah, exactly. If you're not soaked after, we're doing it wrong.
Like you have to smell that for the rest of the day.
Like Raven Simone, show up on set smelling that pussy.
That's always my number one fear is like after I've like given someone head, if I'm walking around and people are talking to me, I'm like, hey, what's up?
Yeah, it's like coffee breath, but more interesting.
Is it musty outside today? Wow, that air pollution is crazy.
Today's episode is brought to you by Splash Blanket, the world's most luxurious waterproof blanket. Proudly queer-owned and female-founded, Splash Blanket is leading the way in creating and designing durable and sustainable waterproof blankets, assisting couples and individuals to feel more free and liberated in the bedroom, knowing they can make a mess and not need to sleep in a wet spot or strip the sheets.
Coming in a range of colors, shapes, and sizes, the Splash Blanket is made to withstand over a liter of liquid. That's a lot of splashing. They are not only absorbent, they are completely waterproof, meaning not a drop of liquid will soak through the other side. So whether it's lubricant, body oil, squirt, blood, sweat, or tears, the blanket can take it all. So don't be afraid to get a little nasty with it.
Let's be honest, good sex gets messy. Founder Rosie Reese calls the Splash Blanket a psychological sex toy. Because when someone feels mentally comfortable and confident to let go and make a mess in the bedroom, they're more likely to enjoy the intimate experience and allow the floodgates to open.
When you can release the mental load of worrying about your expensive bed sheets or pristine white couch, you can release other loads. And the possibilities are endless.
Gushing?
No worries.
Full body massages?
No more oil stains.
Hot and sweaty?
We got you covered. Splash blankets are available in 3 main styles: the OG, Furlosh, and Bambougie. So whether you want a super absorbent fluffy blanket or a silky smooth faux fur throw or even a lightweight sustainable bamboo sheet, Splash Blanket has the most extensive range available for all sensory tastes and preferences.
Splash Blanket, your peace of mind in the bedroom. Use code QueerCollective, all caps, all one word, at checkout for 15% off. Yo, okay, what about strapping advice?
Oh my god, strapping.
Insertables, anything, even a finger, what are our thoughts?
Strapping. My first time strapping, I was 18. I had bought my first strap from Spencer's. Shout out to Spencer's.
God damn.
I worked there for 2.5 years.
You've been doing
got
this
it on discount?
young.
I did.
Yeah, good.
30% off usually, 40% off on one weekend every month. So you bet your ass I waited for the 40% off weekend.
Yeah.
I remember joking around a couple weeks ago about like how stretching and Pilates can really change like how you strap. I'm not even joking. Like you have to make sure, because it's a lot of work. You gotta stretch. You gotta make sure those hips are loose. You don't want any cramps. Trust, they're embarrassing.
Your hips, you don't want your hips to lock up.
They lock up, you're done for.
And you're like, I'm trying. Like sweat is beating down you.
She's like, oh my god, this is the right spot. Like, don't stop. And I'm like, you're like, please. But I did a lot of practice, like just with like the movement on like my bed with a pillow. But it also was like a lot of communication because I unfortunately was like getting ones that are like super hard. Like really big.
That's your eyes are bigger than
It's like, but that's what my dick felt like to me.
No, that my dick would be 45 inches. I was fucking huge fucking cock. Like,
What were you saying? Your eyes are bigger than your pussy? Like what is
and I could not take that shit, but I wanted to give it out. That was crazy. But I prefer like harness boxers over actual like harnesses. I feel like the boxers, they give such a better feeling. It feels like there's more control. Also, I always found like my harnesses would get loose. I'd be like thrusting, like pulling them in a certain time. Really? I'm like, yo, hold on. Okay, that's better.
Yeah. A friend put me on like the boxers slash underwear straps, and I was like, this is insane. Why have I not done this before? Like, I didn't know this existed until she gave me the link, and I was like, my life has changed.
Good. Plus, if you ever want to pack, like you want to wear it for the day, it's so much easier to already be wearing the boxer harnesers because you can take them off, you can put it back on, things like that. I did that one day. Crazy. I actually felt nuts. I was like walking around like, I was like, holy shit, everyone can see my dick print.
Wait, did you have the
I
dildo
had the strap on all day.
That's so cool.
I just wanted to, it felt so far. I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna walk around with it. Who wants it?
This is still with your 45-inch one.
No. This is with my like standard 8-inch. Like it's malleable, so I can tuck it down. Like it's fine.
Damn, that's like the mask version of like wear lingerie.
No, dead
your
ass.
clothes to like feel a little
It is
spicy. You're like,
I was driving around like
yeah.
Driving around like, I'm gonna take it out.
Try it. It's nuts. Anyways, tip stretch.
Do you guys have a favorite brand for like boxers?
Yeah, I've used a couple different ones. I just buy what is most affordable. I hate the ones that have like my booty hole out though, because yeah, they have some that are cut so that your butt's exposed.
Just your hole?
Just your hole.
What?
Sorry, the whole crack. The whole crack second.
Deadpan. Just the hole.
It's payback for when they're like, yeah, we don't have a washroom.
The way you looked at me, just...
One time I went to go get the strap and they were out of stock. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
Are you joking?
My favorite strap on. Where's my diet Dr. Kelp? Like, it was fuck. I was actually hyping it up so much with this girl. I'm like, this is the best one. Like, it feels so good. Like, blah, blah, blah. You go in, first of all, and this is the funniest part. All of the dark skin shaded ones were sold out. And I'm like, motherfuckers.
They're fucking.
I need to be the only one fucking. Taking my dick off the shelf. I went to like 5 different snack shops.
Wow.
All of them gone.
stole your
I had to go to
dick.
Oshawa to get it. It was crazy.
Dedication.
The dirty schwa.
But the fact that you actually went.
Lesbians going to Oshawa for the
I am a
strap.
service top. She wants the Salopa, dark skin, premium 8-inch dick. I'm getting it.
Nice.
Damn.
Respect.
Yeah, respect. That's how
Okay.
you service.
Priorities.
Question. If we're feeling nervous about wearing a strap for the first time, how do you make the transition less awkward of like, okay, let me put this on?
You could already be wearing
you're
it.
already be wearing it.
I know, but if you don't want to wear it around all day.
No, like the underwear itself, like not the...
Like have the harness pre-on
Yeah.
and then it's easier.
Right.
Because fidgeting with the harness is a little fun.
Yeah.
I love
Well, like
it.
if you, first of all, get the underwear kind. And then second, you could just already be wearing it. like the harness itself, like the underwear one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you could just boop, boop, slip it in.
Right.
Or
And I
it
guess
could
like
be-
practice on your own.
Yeah.
So like you're not
Yeah.
fidgeting in
Practice.
front of someone.
Yeah,
for
yeah.
sure.
I would say that in general, like honestly, yeah, like trying it. I don't know whether you're at
Hump a pillow.
a pillow or even just like walking around with the strap on. Like I feel like the weight of it, it's like something to get used
You
to.
have to get used to it.
Yeah.
It has to feel like an extension of your body.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, what about fingers?
Clean them.
Yeah.
Work. Short fingernails. Short.
Debatable.
Really?
Mine are usually, these are like the shortest my nails are. Mine are usually long. I usually have long fingernails, but I like clean them diligently because
Yeah.
you never know. That's my number one fear is like,
You don't have any ouchie?
yeah, no ouchies.
No ouchies
No
at all?
ouchies. Sometimes even I'll cover them with a condom to make sure like it's a little easier to insert.
Okay.
I would say too. Also, like, don't assume that somebody likes to be penetrated. Always ask. You can like massage along the outside, and then be like, "Do you want one?" And then, "Do you want more?"
Yes.
Yeah, fingering is really cool because there's so many like nerve endings in your fingers, and I feel like you can feel so like you can feel so like connected to the other
Yeah.
person. Like strapping is awesome, but like literally like
Yeah, you feel
it's flesh on flesh.
it's hot.
great.
It's nice.
So-
You feel everything.
I've had
Yeah.
a couple people. I'm like, I just need you to ride my fingers. Like this feels
Yes.
insane.
Yeah.
Yes.
You can do like sex positions while fingering
Yeah.
as well. And like that is very hot. And I would say like that's definitely my preference over a strap most of the time. It's just like the connectedness. I enjoy that.
Curl them.
Curl, yeah. The G spot, it's up.
It doesn't
Wait,
have. It
I have a
doesn't.
question.
Yeah.
Are you guys these two or these two?
I'm
Middle
I'm
finger.
these two.
Fuck you.
I know some people are
Longest.
these. Some people are
Longest.
these. I just feel like this gets in the way.
I don't know. And maybe it's because I'm Spider-Man, you know? So I'm so used to already being in this position. I'm like, ooh. Like it's like it hugs underneath. It's like,
True.
wow.
That's true.
I feel like my left is
That
actually
would get
better for
tired
that than
for
my
me.
right. My right does not. See how my pinky moves with it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll have to adopt
Maybe I'm
these.
doing it wrong.
I don't know. This already
It's
feels
personal preference,
foreign.
really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like whatever feels like, if you already have so much experience with this, you know, this is gonna feel brand
gonna be
new.
crazy.
You're gonna be like, oh.
Leviosa.
And I would say definitely don't knock asking someone what they like. What
Yeah.
do you do when you masturbate? That's like a fun
Yeah.
thing to do together.
That's
Is
hot.
like show me how you masturbate, and then you can like learn what they like the most. You know,
I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes that's just sex for me. I'm like, let me watch you.
That's hot.
I'm just sit back
It's
and watch you.
hot.
Let me watch you please yourself, and then
Yeah.
that's it. I got off too in my mind.
It's hot. So sexual labels like top, bottom, switch are super common in the queer community. Do you need to know what you are before you start?
Yeah, I don't think you need to know what you prefer before you start engaging in sex. You also just have to be open to the fact that it can change. Like I was so against being considered a switch for so long. I'm not a switch. I'm not a switch. I'm a top. It was crazy, and then I was like, no, I'm a switch. Like
It's nice to receive.
it's nice to receive. It's
Yeah.
nice to give. So really, it's just personal preference. But like, don't let the label stop you from experiencing new things. So if you go into sex like, oh, I'm a bottom, and then you're like, oh, but I've always wanted to try and do something to my top. Always wanted to try and do something to my switch. Like, don't let the idea that you think you're a bottom stop you from trying new things.
You can learn so much, like, yeah, in those experiences with a particular person, like, can bring out a different energy from you. Things can change over time where you're like, okay, I've been in like a top energy for a while. Now I want to explore more fluidity. I mean, yeah, it's awesome if those labels like feel empowering and like connected to you. Also, if you don't want to use those labels, period, that's fine. It's not like a prerequisite. You don't need to put it in your bio if you don't want to. Or like before going on a date, you don't need to know like, am I top or am I bottom? Like there's much more fluidity.
You know the Are You Gay quiz? Am I a top quiz?
Yes!
You're at the date, you're like, holy shit.
Yeah.
People are
For me, it came hand in hand with exploring my gender identity as well, because you present very masculine. So like you probably part of that was feeling like the gender role associated with that is like top.
I have to be a top.
Top
yeah.
is associated with masculinity, and like me being a very femme presenting person for a lot of my life, I felt like bottom. I'm like, that's all you can really be is like submissive. And then recently exploring kink and BDSM, like my world started to open up. I started to see femme tops, and I'm like, okay, that's actually super fucking hot. And I'm also noticing my masculine side and like my dominant side, and that you can embody masculinity no matter what your physical form is. Masculinity doesn't have to be toxic either, you know? It can just be like beautiful, like confidence that's like strong and sexy, you know? And we all have access to that.
I remember the day I found out I could be submissive as a top. I was like, wait,
Yes.
hold on. We're cooking with the gas now. Holy shit. That changed my life. I was like, I can do whatever they want and I can still be topping. This is a win.
It's true. I feel like there can be a lot of conflation of like topping and doming.
Yes.
And like, but those two are different things. Like topping just means like giving, whether that's like, you know, fingers, like strap. And you can do that in like a submissive or a dominant way and vice versa. You can like receive with a lot of different energies.
You could be a dom and only be a bottom. Like, but you're like telling, for example, you're telling them what to do.
Totally.
If you are a dom bottom, hit my line immediately, by the way. Immediately.
Immediately.
What if you're interested in sapphic sex with a trans femme person? And what do you feel like is important to know?
Number one, it's not that different. Like so many things that we talked about in terms of like checking in about what your partner likes, not assuming that they like their body to be engaged in a certain way is all the stuff that you would apply for trans femmes too. Yeah, just being excited and communicative like you would be with anybody else.
Yeah, plus one with the checking in, like the communication aspect in both instances are super important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love a how do you like to be touched? How can we honor neurodivergent needs during sex and dating? We spoke a little bit about it in terms of like flirting, but any other thoughts?
There are so many neurodivergent folks in the queer community that at this point, I hope that people aren't making a big deal or like it's not surprising if somebody's like, I maybe don't want to go to a really loud, like crowded bar for our first date so that I can actually like see and hear you and like not be overstimulated. But yeah, being aware of different sensory needs that might be a part of sex. More direct communication is what people need during sex, like safe words or safe signals that feel supportive. Having like a plan if somebody does get overstimulated during sex to be like, okay, what do you need? Do you need like firm pressure? Do you want to break? Do you want to cuddle? Yeah, just really talking openly about what needs and boundaries are.
Okay, I have something kind of fun to end us off on. So to take it a little further, I tried my best and wrote some smut for the very first time. And okay, the way I went about it, I didn't go so deep into the sex part yet. And my vision here was that these are kind of like some flirty scenarios that people may find themselves in. And it's like, how do I escalate this to the next level? And when I'm in there, like, what are the moves I should actually be doing? Like, let's inspire the people.
All right.
Are we ready? So I'm going to read out what I wrote and then I'm going to ask y'all what happens next. Okay?
I'm so scared. I'm so scared.
I'm excited, but I haven't heard it yet.
Okay. So my first one's like a rave night. Okay.
Ooh.
You take a chance, stepping into a queer rave on your own. The air thick with sweat, bodies, and a bass so deep it throbs through you. A little anxious, you make your way deep into the dark crowd, letting yourself dissolve into the moment. The music and crowd is euphoric. To your left, a toned figure peels their shirt off, glistening under the strobe. While to your right, a pair of women are passionately making out. You stare just a little too long, tongue flicking over your lips. But they don't notice, so you let yourself go. Let yourself feel the moment. And then you see her, across the dance floor, bathed in flashing light. A femme so intoxicating it makes your breath catch. She moves like the music itself, liquid, sensual, lost in the rhythm, in a way that makes your skin prickle with want. And then her eyes flicker open, locking onto yours, like she's been waiting. A slow smirk curves her lips, and she holds your gaze. What happens next? What do we do?
You know your audience.
First time writing smut.
I was gonna say that's gorgeous.
You liked it? Thanks.
Yes.
Are we role playing this? Like, who do you want to be?
Are you? Yeah, role play if you want. I love theater gays. Let's go.
I can be the femme.
Okay. Action. Hi, sorry to bother you. I just want to say you look absolutely amazing tonight.
Thank you so much.
I couldn't help but notice that you're dancing by yourself.
Yeah, do you want to come dance with me?
I'd love to. So, what's your name?
My name's Eva. What's your name?
Eva, nice to meet you. You can call me Z. It's a pleasure.
Hey, Z.
Do you mind if I hold your waist here?
Sure.
I just want to make sure I don't lose you in the crowd.
That was good. Doesn't know how to flirt my ass.
Damn.
Zhané never said that.
Could have kept going too and be like, yeah, do you want to get hot and sweaty somewhere else? Like,
Yeah, no, like tell us what happens
Yeah. What
happens
next.
next, okay.
Like it's like you don't have to roleplay that, obviously. I mean, unless you want to pop some pussies in here, but that's okay.
Yeah, I love the like, can I hold your waist? I feel like that's so good. Yeah.
Break the barrier, the touch barrier for sure.
Yeah, I feel like, you do a little caress up and down the shoulders, like bring them in closer. And then, maybe like whisper, be like, can I buy you a drink?
I'm a whisperer. I'm in those ears.
Yes.
In the ears.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, little baby, let me whisper.
Like literally. Beatboxing in her.
You just go up to her. And
Beatboxing.
I do like offering to buy a drink, but I also, if they're not already drinking, I'm like, let's keep this sober. Let me keep you.
Oh, yes. But
100.
when I say drink, I mean drink of any
water.
kind. Water,
Can I get you some water?
Sprite,
Water.
Coke. Yeah, I don't drink. I also don't like rave that much, but my instinct would be like,
I've never been to a rave.
yeah, like I don't smoke, but I'd be
damn.
like,
I
do
also
you
don't
want to
smoke or
get like a
drink.
fresh air? I feel like
Right.
that's like one
Yeah.
place to meet.
Do you want to grab a bite? Like, are you hungry?
Yeah, so you can
Want to go
actually
sit somewhere?
actually talk.
Yeah. This one gets a little bit hot, a little bit sweatier. Okay. As you slide the key into the lock, you glance over.
It's starting to slide in.
Did you like the throbbing in the other one? Okay.
I actually felt it go through me.
Yes.
And someone was like, wow.
you're like, whoa.
As you slide your key into the lock, you glance over your shoulder, catching the way she's watching you, like she's already undressing you with her eyes. 4 hours ago, she was a stranger, but the chemistry between you crackles like live wire, pulling you closer with every teasing touch, every lingering glance. Her gaze darkens, lips parting slightly before she finally asks, "Can I kiss you?" The question sends a delicious shiver down your spine. You bite your lip, laugh softly, then lean in, tasting the heat of her breath before your mouths collide. The kiss is molten, all pent up, tension finally unraveling, hands tangled in hair, fingers grasping at fabric, bodies pressing, desperate for more. You barely register the door swinging shut behind you as you stumble inside, locked together, lips never breaking apart. The couch catches you as she straddles your waist, rolling her hips just enough to make you gasp. Her lips trail down your jaw, teeth grazing your pulse. Breath hot against your skin. Then, with a wicked little smirk, she leans in, her voice a whisper. "Is there anywhere else I can kiss?" Oh, what happens next?
You have a career. You have a career in this. This is
Oh my
I mean,
gosh.
this doesn't work out, yeah. So what happens next?
what happens next?
Is there anywhere else she can kiss?
I think the next part is just yes or no. Like, or you could be like, only if I can do you first. You flip, because like she's straddling you. It's like, okay,
Right.
what's next? Put on her back.
Yeah.
Lay them down. Start off from the lips to the
Right.
heat,
Change the power
pulse.
dynamic.
Bring it down the chest. Do the triangle, but with kisses. Think like slowly work your way down, but also be like, I love being like, oh, is that okay? Like, do you like that? How's this? I also love when people guide my hands. So I'd be like, show me where you want me to touch you. So
that's
what
hot.
I love doing that one. What do you think?
Yeah. What would you do next?
What would you do?
What would I do? I'm honestly.
You would start praying.
Yeah. Oh my god. I honestly feel like. Oh my god. I honestly, as like somebody who likes a femdom and likes to be top, I honestly might direct to be like, you can like hold one of my wrists like to the edge of the couch. Tell me how you want to touch me.
Take me.
Yeah, like
Take me right here.
yeah. How do you want to take me? Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, if somebody asked me that on the first
Yeah.
time, immediately I'd be like, oh. But I would probably direct to like, you can kiss my neck.
Yeah.
Start here.
And then it's kind of cute when like they keep asking, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? And
Yeah.
then it's like
cheeky.
Yeah. It's like a little game.
And then
of
I'd
fun.
start asking things back.
How do I taste? Does that feel good for you?
Right? And then it's like you're having actually like a lot of dirty talk going on just because you're playing this little game together.
But like at least minimum 1 to 2 seconds of panic.
Yeah.
And I'm just being so honest.
You gotta come back to
Yeah.
reality. You're like,
Okay,
Yeah.
game on. I got this.
lock it.
Yeah.
Hey, what
How do
would
feel as
you
the author?
do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the heck?
No, I think like probably, okay, if it's really hot and heavy, it sounds kind of hot. Like I would probably be doing what Zhané said as well. Like I'd probably turn the tables. I do like a power dynamic, like a little switch of power. Like I like a back and forth going on, you know?
I like a fight for dominance.
100%. I think that's really hot. Yeah. To me, I would probably be like asking if they like scratches or like any like grabbing, like a little bit of BDSM, like a little grabbing. Like it's like pushing through the door. I'm like, ooh, like it's like we're getting a little spicy here. You know what I mean? So like I'd be getting like a little, I don't know, asking obviously if they're into that, but where I'm at now, it'd be more of like a power dynamic vibe.
So you'd immediately go like, hang.
Mommy likes. Joking.
This is good though, because
this is so good.
Because I honestly feel like when you're a newbie, and like honestly, I'm feeling this so much. I'm feeling this in this moment that like there's so many possibilities.
Totally.
Like it's so overwhelming.
So many ways you can take it.
So I think it's cool to be like, here are some different like venues, and also be like, as you're learning, there is that overwhelm and excitement, and you know, you become more refined of what your personal style is and where the different places you like to go.
That's all I got for everyone today. I hope this inspired you.
Go out there and flirt.
Go out there.
Get out there,
You
Tiger.
can do it.
I believe in you. Go get him.
Yeah.
Go get 'em.
Before we wrap this up, you want to plug where everybody can find you?
Yeah, if folks want to learn more about queer dating for newbies, I actually have a mini course all about it. It's a webinar. You can jump in at your own pace. So you can find it at evabloom.ca/cuff-with-care. But if you look up Eva Bloom Cuff with Care, it'll come up for you.
You can find me at symbol ZIOS on all platforms. Don't follow my Twitter though. That's a
Now you make me want to go more into Twitter.
I'm not gonna let someone called me out. They commented on my TikTok, be like, yeah, your Twitter and your TikTok are like two very different vibes. And I'm like,
What are you doing over on Twitter?
Oh,
Is
I
it
am-
finance?
oh no, it's not finance.
Thirst,
What are you doing?
diary.
MAGA stuff.
No. I'm just lesing out hardcore on Twitter. Oh my gosh, I'm saying things that would be disgraceful to even confess.
It's funny though how I say like MAGA stuff and you're like, oh my god, no, that's insane. I'm just doing super X-rated stuff that I don't want anybody to know about.
I'm gonna have Twitter.
I don't know what you're talking about.
That's everything that we have for you today. And if you want to dive deeper into all things sex ed, we have another episode with Eva. It's called The Queer and Trans Sex Ed You Deserved But Never Got. Make sure to like and subscribe. And if you're listening on your favorite podcast app, make sure to leave us a 5-star review because it really does help the podcast out. That's everything that we got for you today. And until next time, peace.